Our story today is about a badass invention right here in Mendocino County. It's called silent radio. Before we start, here's a little bit about me. This is not me. Definitely not me. That's more like it. There we go. Here's me at age 10 at Mendocino Grammar School. And me in the local news at the Mendocino Art Center. That's me, speaking truth to power since 1963. Here's Mendocino County. It's part of the Emerald Triangle. Billions of dollars with a B came through here during marijuana prohibition. All of it tax-free. Yet somehow Mendocino County is ranked as the second poorest county in the state. That makes no sense whatsoever to me. In 2013, I started digging through public records on local charities. I showed others how to dig too, speaking truth to power. This is the Registry of Charitable Trusts online. It's in Sacramento. They've got lots of public records on local charity. Registering as a public charity is a trade-off. To avoid paying taxes, charities file annual reports. These reports go all the way back to the year 2000. All of them open to public inspection. You can find the same reports online at the IRS in Washington, D.C. They're available at private sources too. This one's called Candid. These reports are all over the place and open to public inspection. These reports weren't always online. That only started in 2008 with the Registry of Charitable Trusts in Sacramento. Some of our local charities got caught with their pants down. This is a story about two of them. You've heard about Marconi. He was an Italian, born in 1874. He invented the wireless radio at the age of 21. Big deal. Here he is, a real stuffed shirt. So what? We've got Peggy Berryhill and her invention. Peggy's the life of the party, a real hoot with something to laugh about. Silent radio. She invented that in 1997. Radio station KGUA. It's 88.3 on your FM dial. Check out the Native American motif. It's a charity. Here's Peggy's paperwork. It's called the Native Media Resource Center. Naturally, Peggy promised to avoid helping herself to charitable resources. This is her signature. In no time at all, Peggy's invention started paying off with silent loans. In 2007, 2008, and 2009. Peggy swore up and down those loans never existed, under penalty of perjury, naturally, and laughed herself all the way to the bank. Silent loans need silent loan agents, right? Only 2 people served on Peggy's board of directors. Peggy was the president in 2007, 2008, and 2009. Peggy ran a tight ship and kept everything on the down low with silent reviews. For 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, And 2023, 13 years back to back. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's a new record for Mendocino County, all thanks to silent radio. Peggy needed a handful of board members who'd keep their mouths shut, naturally. All she wanted was a little window dressing for her webpage, and that's all she wanted. Peggy wanted to make sure that her board members kept their mouths shut, so she found a way to do it. With silent meetings, of course. She did that in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Peggy needed silent supporters too, naturally. So she found this gentleman, Jeff Zolator, someone who'd keep his mouth shut. This is Jeff, keeping his mouth shut for Peggy. What happened next came right out of the blue. It was a silent collapse, of course. Here's a chart of that collapse, pulled from public records that Peggy kept silent. That revealed some silent neglect, naturally. That red box underneath is something Jeff missed while he supported Peggy and her silent radio. Peggy has a silent partner, of course. That's Susan D. Rushmeyer. She kept her mouth shut too. Susan and Peggy are life partners, whatever that means. Peggy's supporters adopted the silent treatment, naturally. One of them is Jeff Zolator. He hosts a radio show at KZYX, a competitor of Peggy's. Jeff is also the underwriting representative for KZYX. In other words, he's a salesman. Jeff has a LinkedIn page too. This is him. He's a marketing specialist as well, according to LinkedIn. Jeff didn't do much to support Peggy. The red outline is what happened to her while he was there. KZYX has a station handbook. It's the exact opposite of what Peggy does, and it's not what Jeff's about. That handbook has an entire section on how to manage conflict and how to avoid problems. It all starts with a discussion. Jeff Zolator was concerned, like Peggy's radio, silently. He wrote me this nice email expressing his concerns, silently. Jeff seemed very concerned about the damage my stories may do to my local community. He said it was how I presented them. I've been writing stories about KZYX for 12 years, over 10 of them. This is the first reply I ever received. This is how I presented my last story. It was titled, How to Kill a Public Radio Station. I published it on YouTube. It logged 21,000 views in 3 weeks and drew more than 600 likes. KZYX published YouTube videos too. This is the most recent one. It logged 207 views in a year and drew only 6 likes. I think that's what bothered Jeff about the way I present my stories. Jeff wrote that email to me from his personal email address. He said it was based on his personal experiences. Here's a list of current KZYX board members. And here's Jeff. He's the vice president. So what's with the personal email? I responded to Jeff's email with a link to the KZYX station handbook and a suggestion to follow it. In 12 years of writing about KZYX, this handbook has never been mentioned. Not even once. It's the same with the section on conflict resolution and leading with a discussion. That never happened. KZYX claims to have a written whistleblower policy. They've made that claim under penalty of perjury. I've never seen that policy. When I mentioned the KZYX station handbook, Jeff Zolator went radio silent. Not with a discussion, with an email. Jeff wouldn't even listen to what I had to say. He ended it there, by email. That's Jeff Zolator's MO, silent radio. Peggy's MO is silent bullying, naturally. She has no whistleblower policy and no conflict of interest policy either. It's like she just said, fuck it. You know, I have a lot of admiration for this lady. She's got big hairy balls. She just says, screw everything. I'll just do everything I want to do. And the hell with everybody. She's great. Like that bandito from the Humphrey Bogart movie. We don't need no stinking policies. We're badasses. See any resemblance? All that silence has one possible outcome, and that's silent death, naturally. No review was or will be conducted for 13 years back to back. That's quite the invention, Peggy. Silent radio. This story was triggered by whistleblower complaints. Not just one of them, but many. All these complaints have something in common. They all come from charities with no written whistleblower policy. This isn't the only such story. I've written over 100 more just like it. If you serve as a board member for such a charity and you find yourself in one of my stories and you don't like it, then do your job. Draft a written whistleblower policy, get your board to adopt it, and post it on your website for everyone to see, including me. If you can't do your job, then you belong in my stories. Like Peggy and Jeff. Thanks for watching.